I went from this to this in just a little under 7 months. Stick around to find out how. Hello everyone, semi-retired Bob here. I talk about the carnivore diet and all things related to the carnivore diet and some miscellaneous odds and ends. Today, as you can see, I'm back out at the park. It's 55 plus. Well, it's not quite 55 yet, but it is, I guess it was 52 when I left the house, but it's supposed to get up to 60 within an hour, which would be nice. You may notice I'm at a different parking area today. I parked all the way up by the cliffs, and I came up with a plan. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to, this is normally the last part of my hike, but after doing those stairs, or I should say not doing those stairs for a really long time, I'm going to take the old wagon path back towards the visitor center, and then I'm going to, I didn't get my sweatshirt pulled. Hang on just a second, guys. That's better. I'm going to take the wagon path back towards the visitor center, and then I'm going to turn across that other trail that links up to the sand trail, out to the old campground, the group camping area, and then come up around the connector and up that great big set of steps. The difference with parking up here is that after I get done with that great big set of steps, I'll be done. I'll be able to get back in the truck and go. So it should be roughly a 5-mile hike today by the time all is said and done, with that big set of steps at the end of it. So I'll have to see how it goes. I can't tell you how good it feels to be back out here in the woods, having been stuck inside for basically a week due to the cold, and sick prior to that. So I guess it was, well, today is Thursday, so tomorrow will be 2 weeks since I got sick from that meat, that barbecue. And I think I came out here the day before that, so it's been a full 2 weeks since I've been out here. Feels like much longer than that. But today, oh, sorry, for those of you that are first-time visitors to the channel, and you're wondering, who is this old guy out hiking in the woods, and why should I listen to him about health and nutrition? Well, hang on just a second, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Very pretty dog. Start recording. Okay, had to pass somebody on the trail. There were a lot of cars at both parking lots today, so this could be a little bit of a challenge to get things filmed today, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, why you should be listening to this old retired truck driver about health and nutrition? Well, you probably shouldn't. But if you do, realize that just a little under 8 months ago, I could barely stand up. I could do 2.5 minutes, and then the severe pain would set in. And I'd have to sit back down. here I am out hiking in the woods. Got a 5-miler planned for today, roughly. I'll let you know exactly how far it is when I get back. But you know, it's not just the standing and walking. Before, I could barely stand up, and I was taking 13 pills in the morning and 9 at night, and now I'm down to just 1 a day. So you can heal yourself with diet. The food you put in your body is so much better for you if you do it right than all of the pharmaceuticals that they can prescribe for you. Because believe me, I've been there. I've been one of those guys sitting around waiting for the pharmaceutical industry to come out with the next great pill that was going to finally make me feel better. Then I started learning some things. And you can too. And the main thing we want to talk about, because there's a lot of confusion about exercise. Because I'm out here exercising. I'm going for a hike in the woods. But I'm 8 months into it. The bottom line fact is that you do not have to exercise to lose weight. And when we say lose weight, we mean lose fat. Because nobody says, I want to lose muscle mass so I get even weaker. Nobody says I want to lose bone mass so the next time I fall I break a hip and have to be in the hospital and then rehab for months on end. Nobody says that. When they say they want to lose weight, what they mean is they want to lose fat. And here we are. You're watching this on New Year's Eve. It's actually the Thursday before when I'm recording this. But due to the schedule with live streams, you guys will see this on New Year's Eve. So Happy New Year, everyone. We're almost there. The holidays are almost behind us. How did everybody do? Because, you know, we talked a lot about having a plan in place for what you were going to treat yourself to over the holidays. And we also had a plan in place for getting right back on the wagon. So everybody can leave me a comment down below letting me know how you did. Because it's New Year's Eve. You just got tonight to get through. Because tomorrow, I don't know what the traditional New Year's Day food is in your house. When I was growing up, in the good German American household that it was sauerbraten. Or at least my mom's version of it. It was basically ribs and sauerkraut and barbecue sauce. And I would say you could probably still have that. You know, just a little bit of sauerkraut for taste. And a little bit of, not necessarily barbecue sauce, but some good spices in it that you don't react to. And lots of fatty pork rib. Nothing wrong with that meal at all. But then we're done. I hate to say the holidays are over because I love Christmas. And I don't believe Christmas is a day or a week or a month. Christmas is a state of mind. where we celebrate the birth of Christ on that particular day, I believe we should be grateful every single day and try to be a little kinder to everybody, a little nicer, smile a little more. There's a lot of negativity in this world, and if we would all just take a little bit of effort and just try to be nicer to people, the world would be a much better place. But yeah, so you don't actually have to exercise to lose weight. And we're going to get into that on down the trail. Right now I'm approaching the section of the old wagon path that I'm going to need my hiking poles for. So I got to set you guys down for a minute, and I will see you on down the trail. It'll be like I was never gone due to the magic. I just made the turn onto the longleaf trail. Things are going pretty well. The old wagon path went much quicker than I thought it would. But it's such a beautiful day back here amongst the trees. I thought I'd turn the camera on, the bob cam, just to let you see some of this trail. This is the spot where the longleaf trail crosses one of the forest roads. You can see they've got a barricade up over there with a sign that says staff only. I'm not sure where that comes out up there. But this is the trail we want right here. Such a beautiful day back here in the woods. The sun feels really good after being sick and then so cold. It's nice to be back to what I had originally thought of when I decided to start spending winters down here in North Carolina. I'm not sure what kind of trees those are, but they're the ones that have not ever lost their leaves. And they've got, I don't know if you can see that or not, they've got some bright red berries on them. If anybody knows what kind of trees those are, let me know. Even when you're working to hike through stuff like this, as you can see if I look down, all the roots and things that are there to trip you if you're not careful. And if you've only been in the process of getting healthy as long as I have, hiking this kind of trail is still a bit of a challenge. But even through all that, just looking around at everything. How could you not have your stress levels go down? And that's really a key part of a New Year's diet, or New Year's resolution, or get healthier resolution, or whatever you want to call it. Most people have too much stress in their life. So when I get down to the group camping area, we're going to talk about why exercise is not required to lose weight, lose fat. The reduction of stress is one of the reasons why I recommend it in due time. How fabulous is this? I like this bob cam to be able to hike with both my trekking poles and still be able to talk to you guys while I'm out here doing that, because it's impossible to use both trekking poles to give myself stability and record on the selfie stick. My pack is a hair lighter than it's been. Because I took my big camera out to take it with me 2 Fridays ago to the Christmas lights. And that worked out really well. But you know, I was talking in what would have been Thursday's video about how my water filter showed delivered from Amazon, but was nowhere to be found on the church property. So I went out and bought 2 more of the big 1-liter bottles of Smart Water and 2 great big bottles of Dasani, planning I'd have to have some more water until we tracked down the water filter. And I drank 1 of the big bottles of Dasani yesterday, and then my filter showed up. Apparently, Pastor was leaving as the Amazon driver pulled in, and the Amazon driver handed it to Pastor. The Pastor was on his way out the door to go somewhere, so he tossed it on the seat of his truck and it rode around with him for a few hours. So I do have my water filter. It's filtering more water. So I put both bottles of Smart Water. I've got 1 in my shoulder strap, 1 in the back, and the big bottle of Dasani in the back. So that basically 3 liters of water. Doesn't weigh quite as much as my camera bag, but I figure that's a little better option. I didn't actually weigh my pack, but knowing what it weighed before and how it feels on my back now, I'd guess it's somewhere between 15 and 17 pounds. So anyway, I'm coming up to the junction of the sand trail, and there's some more people coming up here. So I will see you guys on down at the campgrounds. And see, just like that, I'm back like I was never gone. As you can see, I'm down here at the primitive camping, well, the group camping area, which is primitive, but I think all the camping out here is primitive. I don't know that they actually have any hookups anywhere. But let's talk about this, why exercise is not required. If exercise was required to lose fat, then explain to me how I lost my first, I think it was 65 or 70 pounds before I started walking. Now, don't get me wrong, I think everybody should get some kind of movement in. But let's think about this for a minute. What do most people do on their January 1st resolutions? They decide, I'm going to change my diet to this extreme starvation diet or whatever it is that they're going to do. And they also go join a gym. So they do it all right at the start. And I think this is why most people fail. They fall off the wagon of they usually fall off the wagon of the diet first, because they go have 2 or 3 good workouts and they think, oh, I've done 2 or 3 really good workouts. I'm going to reward myself with a donut or a pizza or whatever it is that they're going to reward themselves with. So they break the diet first, and then when they realize none of it's working, they stop going to the gym, and they're right back where they started, if not worse off than when they started. I believe starting a new diet on the 1st of January, plus joining a gym and trying to start exercising right away, is a really bad idea. Because if you've been eating a sad American diet, standard American diet, or anything else that isn't quite as healthy as it could be, your body has to heal. I mean, if you had told me that I had to get out here and start hiking even a mile a day, the day I started the carnivore diet, I would have never done it. I would have never stuck with either of them. Because your body has to have time to heal first. So I suggest starting the diet first. Let your body start to heal. And remember, there are a lot of people that actually pack on weight for, 2, 3, 4, even 5 months. Kelly Hogan went, 6 months and was still steadily gaining weight because her body had so much healing to do that it wasn't time to start losing. But once the things that the body prioritized to heal were healed, boom, the weight just fell right off of her. Look at her now. Look at her before and after pictures. I mean, not just the size of her, but the overall kind of, I don't want to say that, not on camera, that's bad, but it's called softness. And now look at her. She's got hard, lean muscles that show everywhere. You can see it in her face even, how healthy she has gotten. And she spent the first 6 months not losing any weight. In fact, she spent the first 6 months putting it on. And I'm sure she didn't exercise right off the bat either. Now I think she's doing CrossFit or a version of CrossFit or something like that. But back to my example, I wouldn't think I could have done both at the same time because my body needed to heal. I mean, I could barely stand up, let alone come out here and hike. But as I got down into it, I started on May the 9th. I said January 6th, but it'll actually be January 9th will be the 8-month mark. Because I started the day before my 59th birthday. But, yeah, your body needs to heal. And it can't do that if you're trying to stress it out with exercise right away, too. But, yeah, well, that's where I was at. Because I started on May the 9th. So all of May, June, July, and August. It wasn't until September the 1st. So just a few days shy of May, June, July, and August. Yeah, so 4 months. It was 4 months before I took that first walk down to the corner and back. But I felt like I was ready to start, which is why I put out my 1% Better video a few days before September. I started the September challenge of being 1% better. I was ready. It might take you a year before you finally feel like, I'm ready, I could walk down to the corner and back. Or I could try to do a push-up. Or whatever it is that you like to do. Don't be in such a hurry. Again, most of us, it took decades to get this metabolically unhealthy. So, while it's not going to take decades to heal, it is going to take some time. It could take, I mean, my knees still hurt a little bit in the cold, my back still hurts pretty much on a daily basis, but not nearly enough. I haven't had a pain pill in, almost a week now. So, that is slowly getting better. It just takes time, folks. Again, if you came here looking for a magic pill to magically undo all the damage you've done to yourself over the past 20, 30, 40 years, I'm sorry, you're not going to find that here. And anybody that says they can sell you one is lying to you. There's no such thing as a quick fix. But now let's talk about this exercise thing just a little bit more. While I do believe there are a lot of great benefits from exercising, you know, it helps you physically, because the whole point of losing fat and getting into better shape metabolically is so that we can do stuff. Whether that go do stuff is hiking like I'm doing, or just playing with the grandkids, or taking them to the park, or taking them to the zoo, or whatever it is. We want to be able to do those things. So adding some movement when it's time, I recommend it, because that movement will aid you in your journey. It'll help with mental clarity, it'll help with flexibility, it'll help with balance, it'll help with overall fitness, and it will actually help speed up the process of dropping fat. But to say exercise is required is absolutely false. I would say there is a point in the journey where you will know it's time to get up and start doing something. You'll feel it. You'll just know it's time to do something. Because, you know, you'll go to get up out of the couch, and where you used to have to brace yourself on the arm of the couch and the coffee table and push yourself up out of the couch to go to the kitchen to get yourself a snack. Now all of a sudden you're going to just decide you need a glass of water, or it's time to start cooking dinner. You'll get up off the couch, go to the kitchen, and realize, you know, I didn't need to push up on the arm of the couch, or I didn't need to brace myself on the coffee table. I didn't need to do any of that stuff. Maybe it's time to see what else I can do. And one of the great quotes, I don't remember who said it. I don't remember where I saw it exactly, but one of the things to always keep in mind, that exercise is not a punishment for what we ate. Exercise is a celebration of what the body can do. So, yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the whole exercise thing. I see on my timer there that it's coming up on the 9.5 minute mark. I've been sitting here, so I need to get up and get moving again. Even though many of you have seen it before, I'm probably going to turn on the bob cam and show you my trek up the steps back to the truck. I'm really liking this, because instead of my normal little 2-mile warm-up, I've gone about 3.5 miles already. And I've done it without sitting down. This is going to be the only sit-down break all the way back to the truck. And I'm going to end up doing a 5-mile circuit with just one sit-down break. which, considering how lax I've been in getting out and doing stuff because of the sickness and then the cold, I feel pretty pleased with that. We'll see if I actually make it back to the truck. If the steps get to be a little bit too much, if I bit off more than I can chew, I need a couple of you guys standing by with your car keys. You may have to come get me. And I appreciate you doing that. Okay, guys, I'll see you on up the trail back towards the truck. But I'll put a little music section in here when I turn on the bob cam so that you can watch the steps, but I'm not going to make you watch them in real time again, because most of you have seen those steps already. But for those of you new to the channel that haven't seen them, please enjoy whatever music I end up picking out for today and take a look at those steps. I'm going to try to pause, even though it'll be sped up. I'll pause a few spots going up the steps and turn around, because when I'm looking down at the steps, it's really hard to see how steep they are. But then when I pick my head up and look around, you can really see how much the elevation has changed. Okay, I'll see you on up the trail, guys. Yeah, I forgot to record the ending again, but that's okay. I got something to show you. This looks really, really good. Check this out. Oh yeah. But hey, you saw a couple of notes in the credits before this ran. Just remember, exercise is not required. It helps, it does good, but don't exercise before you're ready. concentrate on healing first, and then worry about exercise. Don't forget to get out there, be 1% better. Have a great day, everyone. I will see you tomorrow.